Hello everyone, Agnieszka from Wheels on the Bike here. I'm on the go. I'm on another 3-day adventure. This time around I'm heading to Sandbanks Provincial Park, Prince Edward County in Ontario. This is going to be a short tour, my very first bike tour in the fall. So right now I am heading over to a train station. I'll be on the train for about an hour and then I will start my ride. A brief update, I just missed the train, but not to worry. There's another train in about 15 minutes, so I'm hoping to catch that one. Alright, off the train and starting kilometer 1. I have to say that train put me to sleep, so I need to perk up and get myself going because I have about 70 kilometers to go. Okay, let's get going. Let's start this adventure for real. I'm stopped at a red light and I'll take this opportunity to let you know what I'm doing. So I am going to be following the Waterfront Trail as much as possible, and on my 3rd day of riding I will be joining the Millennium Trail in Prince Edward County. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, the light is about to, just turned green, let's go. Okay, well, not the first time. Let's find another way to go around this. I found a workaround to my closed bridge problem. Almost back on track. Almost. We're back on track. Let's go. Luckily for us, this bridge is open. There is a deer in this river. Oh my gosh. Not something I was expecting to see. One thing is for certain, I really need to do a better job at planning my routes because look at that! Again! Like, that is a legitimate single track that I put myself on. Please let me know in the comments what you do to find out what kind of a surface you're going to be riding on, because I plan my routes with Ride with GPS and obviously I'm doing something wrong because way too often I put myself on single tracks and on roads that I really should have no business riding on with a fully loaded touring bike. Any ideas would be very helpful. I have to say that this is the most interesting part of the Waterfront Trail that I've ever ridden on. Power lines everywhere. But hey, this is the continuation of the Waterfront Trail and I'm happy not to be riding on the main road. I was riding and I noticed this old trestle bridge in the distance. Alright, here's an update. I made it all the way to Port Hope. I'm about 15 kilometers away from my destination and I am hungry. I am beyond hungry. So I sat myself down at Hotel Carlisle and I'm waiting for a burger. It's arrived and it's delicious and I'm about to eat it. Over and out. I left today way too late and it is now after 7. It's really quite dark and the last 5 kilometers that I have, I've been riding it on a pretty busy road. Now luckily, because this is still part of the Waterfront Trail, the road has a pretty generous shoulder, so that's been great. And I've just started, I just got myself onto a bike route, which is also great. I've arrived at my campground. Now I just have to set everything up and settle in for the night. Okay, my tent is up. I am fully unpacked and ready to organize my tent. It's a bit of a mess in there. Hey everyone, I have to share a story with you that just happened to me. Last night, the very first thing that my neighbor told me when I pulled up to camp is lock your bike because there's been a lot of bike theft here. I didn't think that it would actually happen to me, but just shortly after 2 a.m. today, it did happen to me. So I woke up because I heard some rustling, some noise outside my tent, and I saw when I opened my eyes, I saw a big shadow around my tent, and I jumped out of my tent, and sure enough, there's a guy walking away with my bike. I can't tell you how, I don't know, I can't really tell you what I felt in that moment, but I, of course, made a huge amount of commotion, a lot of screaming for him to drop the bike, to leave the bike, and woke up some of my neighbors who then came to help me and console me. The campsite here is Victoria Park campsite. I wish they had told me that this was more of an issue. I wish I had heard it from, campsite management as opposed to from my neighbors. So it's just coming into 3 a.m. right now, and I don't think I'll be sleeping much tonight. But another story to tell. Okay, see you in the morning. Good morning. It's day 2 of my bicycle tour, and after that eventful night, we have a beautiful, beautiful morning. I'm right by the beach, so the views are spectacular. But before I go on, I wanted to give you kind of a visual understanding of what happened last night, how I had my bike secured, the mistakes I made, so that you can learn from me and hopefully never have bike theft happen to you ever, because it certainly was a bit of a rattling experience. Okay, so let's go take a look at the bike. First things first, I want to acknowledge that my lock wasn't long enough to secure the bike to this park bench. So typically that's what I do. Typically park benches in provincial parks have, instead of all wood, they have a metal part, and I typically attach my bike to that. But this park bench is different, so I couldn't do that. So I dragged the park bench from, you see the marks, from somewhere over here to kind of block the view, but the other side is open. So that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is, I didn't have long enough of a lock to attach the bike to something. Here's the way my bike was more or less last night. 1, I had the lock locked, so I had the back wheel locked to the frame. So that was step 1. Then I had my helmet locked to the front wheel. Then I had the guy line from the tent kind of tied around the pedal. And this was more for me to feel anything if anyone was, starting to get busy with the bike. And I don't know what happened, how I woke up last night, that I heard some commotion, but there's a lamplight right there that was really shining brightly on my tent, and I saw a big shadow. And when I saw the shadow, I came out of my tent in my socks, and the person was kind of right over there. So by the time I reached him and started screaming for him to leave my bike, he was right over there. Certainly a valuable lesson learned for me. Always lock your bike to something. I didn't do enough to get the bike secured, and what happened. Okay, let's hope that the remainder of the tour is much better, and I'll see you later. All right, let's start day 2 of the cycling adventure for real. I'm going to reset and try to put that incident to rest. I did want to say something about calling the police after the incident. In hindsight, I should have called 911 or called the local police number immediately. Now, based on my experience with Toronto police and their approach to bike theft, I didn't. And that was a mistake. I'm not in Toronto. I'm in a different city altogether, or town altogether. It's Coburg. And in speaking to the police this morning, and in speaking to the park management, they did tell me that I should have done that. Today is a brand new day and I'm hoping for great adventures of the good kind. The thing about bicycle touring is sometimes things don't go according to plan, and if you watch my adventures you know that many things don't go according to plan, and sometimes unfortunate incidents such as the one last night happen. Some things we can plan for, some things we can avoid, other things we can't, and it's just a matter of how do we react to situations such as this one. So again, hindsight is 2020. I should have called the police. I should have brought a bigger lock to lock up my bike to. A lesson learned for me in all of that. Okay, let's start day 2. I'll see you on the road.